Hello everyone, welcome to the Facebook Live from this Sarvodaya Bal Vidyalaya in Western Delhi, where we are in the field, in a Kabaddi field, where students are right now practicing. They are in the morning training session here. As you can see, students from the school are around, have gathered here. They gather here every morning for this session for the game of Kabaddi, which unfortunately India, being one of the champions, actually lost in the recent Asian Games 2018 and has come back with a bronze medal, and even the women's team has not won a gold. So they have missed the gold, and now, although they have missed the goal, the fervor for the next game is still on. As you can see here in this match, it's a match which is being played between two teams of 7 players each, and it's a combative game where one team attacks the other team. It enters the opponent's camp and tries to touch as many players from the opponent's team in order to score points. And this is what you're seeing. This raider from the team, the raid has come in and is trying to attack the defenders, and as you see, the defenders have managed to get him out rather than they being out of the game, and so they have scored points. And it's a very ancient game which has been played in India for a very, very long time. And since 1921 is when the first rules of this game were framed. As I can tell you something about the history of the game while you enjoy what's happening on the field. It was in 1921 that the rules were framed, and in 1923 is the first, match kind of a thing that happened. A tournament happened officially, and that's what this is the kind of game which was played. Now Kabaddi is becoming very popular in the country, and over the years the stature of Kabaddi has risen. Earlier I myself have played Kabaddi a lot at home when I was a kid, when I was growing up. We used to play it in the lane just outside our house or in the field just outside our house, and that's a very common thing in India because that's a game you grow up with. It's a part of everybody's daily life. Especially children have played Kabaddi regularly, and they still do. But at the level of commercial Kabaddi, it's a new leaf that Kabaddi has taken, new form that Kabaddi has taken since 2012, and now there is a Kabaddi Premier League which is played every year since 2014. A lot of teams and the players are actually auctioned, and more money is being poured into this game over the last few years, and more people are coming forward to participate. It's very interesting because earlier what we used to do is that one player who's attacking, as you see this raider attacking in the defender's court, actually used to say Kabaddi, 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 and until his or her breath, he was out of breath or she was out of breath, they had to stay in that court, and the moment they thought that they are going to be out of the breath, they had to return to their own court. But now things have changed. Now rules have changed. Now a raider can be in an opponent's camp for 30 seconds, even if their breath, if they go out of breath. And that whole fervor of Kabaddi, of chanting Kabaddi, 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 is not anymore in the game, which was a old-time way of playing Kabaddi. Now they do say Kabaddi, Kabaddi, but it's very soft because they can be in the defender's court for 30 seconds. And as you see, this raider is back to his court. And as you might be seeing, there are lots of people who are injured. So that's another thing about this game. It's so aggressive and it's so rough that injuries is a part of the game, and as they say in India, it's like a jewel, it's like a medal, it's like a jewel that a player earns if they get injured, and they become happy in the sense that, okay, if they are injured, that means they are playing well. And you might be seeing that a lot of people are bandaged and people are trying to protect themselves, but at the same time you can see it's played on the mud, bare feet. It's a very rugged game. As you can see, there is no protection here. There's no gear to protect these kids who are playing, and that's the problem with Indian sport. In terms of money which is given to the players to help them improve their game is not, it's not that much, and the government, even though they try, but people who have come up are actually coming up because of this kind of a rough game playing that they do. Although Kabaddi in international and national level is played on a mat, and people have to wear shoes, and those mats are very expensive. The whole set of mats would cost around $6,000 US. But now here you see this is how they start playing, and that's from here. Now this particular group of people have a lot of national players. There are players who are representing Delhi who are playing here right now in their own category. So yes, it is a game which is played, which they start playing at this rugged level and then slowly they improve, and once they reach the national and international level, that's when they get training in that proper protected gear, in the proper international standards are then followed in terms of training these kids. But this is where they all start in a school like this or in the backyard of their homes. That's how Kabaddi starts in India. And it has been a gender-dominated game, of course, male-dominated game over the years. But now we are seeing more and more women coming in. Just before this court, we were at a court where the women were being trained, and there were girls from 10 years to the girls who are college-going. All these girls were training together, and it was interesting to watch a match between these two girls' team. One was a junior team, one was a senior team, but definitely junior team was doing much better than the senior team, and that's what we just witnessed before we came here. So now more and more girls are being encouraged to play Kabaddi, and also a lot of government job opportunities are available for these children or all these students to look forward to, because once they grow up, what happens? You play a sport, and if it doesn't become a career, then there is no use. And that's what happens in India, because there's so much of competition with the number of population that we have. The competition, you have to really have a goal in your life in terms of choosing a career. So if you choose a game like Kabaddi, what happens? So now with slowly the opportunities are rising, as you just saw that Raider trying very hard to touch the line, and the moment he touched the line, all the people who he touched, defenders he touched on this court, were out. So as I was telling you, it's important. It has become a career now, since opportunities of government jobs are now open for both men and women from lowest level to highest level, depending on their educational qualification and their performance at the national and international level. So that is one good thing that has happened to Kabaddi over the years. It is now being recognized. Earlier you would play a sport like you would run 100 meters, 200 meters, or go for hockey, you would get a job. But now Kabaddi is also being placed at that level. Even though it has been one of our most ancient games, it is now getting that kind of respect that it should have got, and people have actually worked hard to get it to that level. Interestingly, Asian Games, India, as I just told you, has not done very well. But it's interesting to see when it became a part of the Asian Games. It was in 1982 when Asian Games were first held in India. That's when there was a demonstration match which was played in the 9th Asian Games in New Delhi. And after that, it was the South Asian Federation Games from the year 1984, where in Dhaka in Bangladesh, there also Kabaddi is as popular. So in this whole region, Kabaddi is quite popular, and it was in '84 that it was included in the SAF Games and after that in the 11th Asian Games, which were played in Beijing in 1990, that was the first time that Kabaddi was included in Asian Games, and India actually won the gold at that time, and India has been a champion for many Asian Games. Of course, this time it is not, and that has been a, people here are feeling sad about it. We can actually talk to coach Ajay Sahu, who himself was a Kabaddi player. Sir, India की जो हार हुई है उस पर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
बहुत बुरा हुआ हमारे, मतलब ऐसा तो सोच भी नहीं सकते कि इंडिया एशियन गेम्स में हार रही है, क्योंकि अभी तक एशियन गेम्स में फर्स्ट टाइम हार हुई है बॉयज़ की, और गर्ल्स की भी कल हो गई। बाकी इसका मेन प्रॉब्लम यही है कि हम लोग उनको अंडर एस्टिमेट करके चल रहे थे, और कॉन्फिडेंट थे हम लोग कि हमारा कोई मुकाबला नहीं है। लेकिन हम लोग इन चीज़ों के एक्सपर्ट हैं, तो हम समझते हैं कि जो यहाँ प्रो कबड्डी हुई है, और उसमें जिस प्रकार से ईरान के खिलाड़ियों ने, कोरिया के खिलाड़ियों ने इसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया और परफॉर्मेंस दी है, तो हम लोग तो जब से डर रहे थे थोड़ा कि हाँ ये इतना, मतलब क्योंकि हमारे हर एक सुपरस्टार प्लेयर को वो चेक कर रहे हैं और उनके साथ वो खेल रहे हैं, तो उनका कॉन्फिडेंट लेवल जो है वो एक अपने आप अप हो गया। और हमारी जो कमियां थी, हर प्लेयर में कुछ पॉजिटिव कुछ नेगेटिव होती है, तो जितनी हमारी नेगेटिव थी उन्होंने सारा पूरा कैच कर रखा था।
defense. So what Mr. Ajay is actually trying to say, that of course we are all saddened by the loss of India, and it's for the first time that they've lost this gold. But also interestingly, what he's saying is that other countries like Iran, Korea are picking up on the tricks. They know what are the weaknesses of India. They're working on that specifically, and that's the reason why India could not defend themselves as being defending champions. They could not be champions, and that is definitely an aspect which people think about, because they think that it was, as he said, the team had become too overconfident about their performance and they knew they are doing well. So that's what, and we can also talk to one of these boys here. आपसे बात कर सकते हैं? क्या नाम है आपका?
साहिल।
साहिल, आप कबड्डी क्यों खेलते हैं?
हाँ जी, हमारे पेरेंट्स खेलते थे, फादर स्टार्टिंग से क्रेज़ है और उसके बाद ये इतना हाईलाइट हो गया, मींस काफ़ी अच्छी स्टेज पे पहुंच गया अब, तो इसलिए घर वालों की भी चॉइस थी, अपनी भी चॉइस थी, इसलिए कबड्डी खेलते।
So what Sahil is saying, that his father used to play kabaddi, that's why he took it, and now it's become a passion. And also, as I was just telling you a little while back, that the stature of the game in the country has increased. There are more opportunities now, and that's why he has entered. But क्या खास चाहिए एक प्लेयर में, क्या होना चाहिए कबड्डी के?
मैम मेन स्टेमिना होना चाहिए एंड स्किल्स होनी चाहिए, प्लेयर अपने आप बन जाएगा।
एंड स्किल्स का मतलब?
मैम स्किल्स जो सुबह सुबह उठ के मैम रोज रेगुलर वार्म अप करे, 1 घंटे भागे, एक्सरसाइज करे, उसके बाद इवनिंग में अपनी प्रैक्टिस करे, उसके बाद मैम प्लेयर।
टेक्निक क्या है?
मैम टेक्निक तो हर प्लेयर की अलग अलग टेक्निक है, अब वो उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करती है कौन कैसे खेल रहा है। मैम अब ऐसे स्पेसिफिक कैसे बता दूं कि मेरी टेक्निक क्या है, बाकी मैम मैं कॉर्नर खेलता हूँ और राइट कवर खेलता हूँ।
So he's saying you really need stamina, you need a lot of fitness to be able to play this sport, and what he's saying that for that you really need to exercise in the morning for an hour, in the evening you have to exercise, so you have to keep practicing to be perfect, because it is also about developing your skills and techniques in order to win in this game, and that's what Sahil is here for. And things are changing as far as this game is concerned. More and more women coming forward, Kabaddi being respected. So definitely there is a better and golden future for Kabaddi in the days to come, and that's why more and more people are coming forward. That's about it from here at the Sarvodaya Vidyalaya in New Delhi. I hope you enjoyed watching this Facebook Live, and continue watching this game as and when you get a chance to do that.